Intramural Brain Game Championship game. My name is Connor Bradley, and I am going to be your host for today. Just to remind you how we've gotten here today, over the course of the last few weeks, we've seen over 50 teams eliminated from this tournament, and we're left with our final two here today. So as we go throughout the day today, I'm going to read some rules, and we'll get on with our questions. Over here, as we introduce our teams, I would like to introduce you to you from E238, Team Hargrove, and from C147, Team Streisel. Congratulations to both of our teams for making it this far. Best of luck to both of you today. Just as a reminder as to what is on the line for our brain game today, a pizza party, not just for our competitors, but for their entire SRT. So as we go throughout today, let me start off by reading the rules so that you know what is going to be happening. First, there are a total of 50 questions. All 50 questions will be read. In the case of a tie, the first team to answer an extra tie-breaking question correctly will win. Questions will be read in order. A student may buzz in by pressing their button via the buzzer system. The score will be given every 10 questions, and you may also see it on your screen. The first student to buzz in will have the first chance to answer the question. Students may buzz in at any time during the reading of the question. After a student buzzes in, they must wait until I, the host, acknowledges which team may answer. Afterward, the student must answer immediately. The reading of the question, if not complete, will be stopped as soon as the player buzzes in. The player who buzzed in will have 3 seconds to answer. Only the student who buzzed in will be able to answer the question, and no discussion or consultation is allowed. Any student who attempts to answer for a teammate, communicate the answer with a teammate, or answer before the host acknowledges the buzzing in team will render their team's answer incorrect. If a student buzzes in and answers a question correctly, their team will be awarded a point and the next question will follow. The first student to give the answer to the question gets it wrong, then the question will be reread starting from the beginning of the sentence of which the student buzzed in on. The other team can then buzz in at any time following this. If neither team buzzes in within 5 seconds of the end of the question, or if neither is correct, the answer will be read and the next question will follow. Competitors, do we have any questions? All right, and with that, let's begin the 2022 Intramural Brain Game Championship. Question number 1. Earlier this year, the NFL YouTube channel referred to this individual as the guy from Fortnite.
The Rock.
You have to wait until I acknowledge you. So I'll continue reading. In 1990, this athlete attended the University of Miami on a full football scholarship where he mostly played defensive tackle as a backup. This former professional wrestler has starred in many movies such as Baywatch, Fast and the Furious, and Jumanji. Name this famous American actor who is in charge of introducing the 2022 Super Bowl and is also known by his ring name, The Rock. Team Hargrove.
Dwayne Johnson.
That is correct. Question number 2. The Sacre tetrode equation can be used to find this quantity of a monatomic ideal gas. Team Hargrove.
Entropy.
That is correct. Question number 3. Born into slavery in Saint-Domingue, this person later gained his freedom and began. Team Hargrove.
Toussaint Louverture.
That is correct. Question number 4. The site of this city came under European control after the surrender of the Mississauga indigenous people. Established in 1793 as the town of York. Team Streisel.
Toronto.
That is correct. Question number 5. Born in Dublin, this individual became one of the most famous Irish writers in the late 19th century. However, his success saw a downturn when he was later sentenced to 2 years in prison with hard labor. Team Hargrove.
Wilde.
That is correct. Question number 6. This prominent historical figure served as an indentured apprentice at a printing shop when he was 12. While being a reader and despite only receiving 2 years of formal education and never actually attending college, he was an avid inventor, having invented. Team Hargrove.
Benjamin Franklin.
That is correct. Question number 7. This basketball player was given the nickname Mr. Clutch before being selected as the second pick in the first round of the 1960 NBA draft. Being an illustrious figure in the basketball world, This retired player is known as one of the greatest general managers and players of all time. Team Hargrove.
Jerry West.
Jerry West is correct. Question number 8. Discovered in 1817 by Swedish chemist Johann August Aufwadsson, scientists recently discovered the classical novae are responsible for most of the production of this element in our galaxy and solar system. Additionally, some compounds using this element are frequently used as a mood stabilizer to treat Team Hargrove.
Lithium.
Lithium is correct. All right. Question number 9. Name this TikTok dance modeled here by one of the Carmel senators. Team Streisel.
The gritty.
The gritty is correct. Thank you for not making me have to do that. Question number 10. In this book, the main character receives advice from her sister who says, "Don't let them run over you, you've got to fight." Published in 1982, this widely successful novel won the 1983 Pulitzer Prize for Fiction. Team Hargrove.
The Handmaid's Tale.
That is incorrect. I'll pick up where I left off. Published in 1982, this widely successful novel won the 1983 Pulitzer Prize for Fiction, a National Book Award, and was later adapted into a film and musical. The book, authored by Alice Walker, is written in epistolary form, meaning a series of letters. Name this novel, which tells the story of a poor, young, uneducated African-American girl named Celie who lives in rural Georgia around the early 1900s. Team Streisel?
The Color Purple.
The Color Purple is correct. And so through 10 questions, the score is currently Hargrove 7, Streisel 2. Sorry, Streisel 3. Sorry, it wasn't updated at that point. My apologies. Question number 11. In the art gallery problem, Steve Fisk's solution begins with dividing the gallery into these things. Siva's theorem deals with the lines constructed in these polygons. Team Streisel.
Triangle.
Triangle is correct. Question number 12. This man originally did not want the title of Duke of Lauenburg, but later accepted it. He developed many ideas, such as realpolitik, and was Team Hargrove.
Bismarck.
Bismarck is correct. Question number 13. This figure skater was the first female skater to land the quadruple jump in the Olympic competition, a feat she recently accomplished in the 2022 Winter Olympics. Team Hargrove.
Vaileva.
That is correct. Question number 14. Raised in Normandy, France, this man became interested in the outdoors and drawing from an early age. During his long career, he was mostly consistent practitioner of the Impressionism philosophy of expressing one's perceptions before nature. Team Streisel.
Vincent van Gogh.
That is incorrect. I'll pick up where I left off. During his long career, he was the most consistent practitioner of Impressionism's philosophy of expressing one's perceptions before nature, especially as applied. Team Hargrove.
Claude Monet.
Monet is correct. Question number 15. This scientific principle, created by a French chemist, is commonly used in the Haber-Bosch process. Team Hargrove. 2, 1.
L'Hopital.
Okay, I will continue where I left off. This scientific principle, created by a French chemist, is commonly used in the Haber-Bosch process for the synthesis of ammonia. Published in 1888 as a law of stability of chemical equilibrium, this principle is used to predict the effect of a change in conditions. Name this chemical principle, which states that if stress is applied to a reaction mixture. Team Streisel.
Le Chatelier.
That is correct. Question number 16. Despite being a unanimous decision, Justice William Douglas partially dissented in this U.S. Supreme Court case by writing that it is, quote, the right of students to be masters of their own destiny. The grounds for this court case. Team Hargrove.
Tinker v. Des Moines.
That is incorrect. I will pick up where I left off. The grounds for this court case began when 3 parents argued that compulsory education beyond the 8th grade for their kids was in sharp contrast to their Amish beliefs in religion. Name this Supreme Court case, often cited as a basis for parents' right to educate their children outside of traditional private or public schools. Team Streisel?
Knapp v. Ohio.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is Wisconsin v. Yoder. Question number 17. American chemists Albert Allred and Eugene Rochow related this quantity to Team Hargrove.
Electronegativity.
Electronegativity is correct. Question number 18. Gaining power after over a decade-long succession crisis nicknamed the, quote, Times of Troubles, this royal house was founded in 1613. Team Hargrove.
Romanov.
Romanov family is correct. All right. There's big words in this one, so bear with me. Question number 19. This constellation, named after this Greco-Roman hero, is the 5th largest constellation in the sky. This mythological man famously performed 12 labors. Team Hargrove.
Hercules.
That is correct. Thank you for letting me stop before those big words. Question number 20. In this musical, the main character sings a song about resisting a physical force of attraction. Based on a 1995 novel by Gregory Maguire, this original production of this Broadway show won 3 Tony Awards. Premiering at the Gershwin Theater in 2003, the production surpassed The Phantom of the Opera in 2017 to become Broadway's second highest grossing show ever, trailing only The Lion King. Name this Broadway musical whose original cast includes Idina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth. Team Hargrove.
Wicked.
Wicked is correct. After 20 questions, the score is now 14 Hargrove, 5 Streisel. Question number 21. While the Archimedes twin version of these objects, when constructed, form an arbellos are congruent, the Ford versions are tangent to both the y-axis and each other. The rouleau triangle is formed from the intersection of 3 of these objects, despite having curved edges. Given a constant perimeter, these shapes enclose more area than any other shape. Name this shape, typically centered at the origin of a Cartesian plane whose area equals pi r. Team Hargrove.
Circle.
Circle is correct. Question number 22. In his later years, this man campaigned against mind readers and psychics, working to debunk them. Known for his sensational escapes, this magician escaped from his Team Streisel.
Houdini.
Houdini is correct. Question number 23. Before joining the NBA, this athlete played basketball at Wake Forest University. Team Streisel.
Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan is incorrect. I will start over where I left off. Before joining the NBA, this athlete played basketball at Wake Forest University, where his jersey number 14 was retired. He played point guard at 4 different teams during his 14-season career in the NBA, although he is best known for his 10 seasons with the Charlotte Hornets. After his NBA career, he served as the head coach of the now defunct Charlotte Sting of the WNBA. Name this NBA player who had 146 career NBA double-doubles and was the shortest person to ever play in the NBA. Team Hargrove?
Muggsy Bogues.
Muggsy Bogues is correct. Question number 24. With its name deriving from the French phrase meaning to the Arkansas, this highland was inhabited by the Quapaw Indian tribe until forced removal in 1834. The curious yet homely aspects, Team Hargrove.
The Ozarks.
The Ozarks is correct. Question number 25. This man suffered a severe and undiagnosed illness in 1793, which left him deaf, after which his work became progressively darker. Team Streisel.
Beethoven.
That is incorrect. I will pick up where I left off. This man suffered a severe and undiagnosed illness in 1793, which left him deaf, which after his work became progressively darker and pessimistic. This painter is known for his Disasters of War series, whose content suggests that he feared for his country's fate during the Napoleonic Peninsular War against Spain. Name this Romantic-era Spanish painter and printmaker who painted the third. Team Hargrove?
Goya.
Goya is correct. Question number 26. This man played college football at the University of California, Berkeley, and holds a minority ownership stake in the Milwaukee Bucks. Team Hargrove.
Rogers.
That is correct. Question number 27. Fines for violations of this law can range from $100 to $50,000, depending on the severity of the violation. This federal statute was signed into law by President Bill Clinton on August 21st, 1996. Team Hargrove.
HIPAA.
HIPAA is correct. Question number 28. This fruit is thought to have originated in southern Brazil, but has since spread across Latin America, where it continues to be cultivated to this day. Due to the expensive and labor-intensive process of growing this plant in a temperate climate, the fruit became a symbol of wealth in Europe during the 18th century. Team Streisel.
Oranges.
Orange is incorrect. Due to the expensive and labor-intensive process of growing this plant in a temperate climate, the fruit became a symbol of wealth in Europe during the 18th century. In modern culture, a miniature gold representation of the fruit is showcased atop the men's Wimbledon tennis trophy. Name this tropical citrus fruit, which the Spaniards named piña due to its resemblance to a pine cone. Team Hargrove?
Pineapple?
Pineapple is correct. Question number 29. This boat was owned by the Cunard Line and was first launched Team Hargrove.
Titanic.
That is incorrect. This boat was owned by the Cunard Line and was first launched in the early 20th century. A tragic event involving this vessel fueled anti-German sentiment in the United States and hurt diplomatic relationships between the United States and Germany. Occurring off the Irish coast, the sinking of this ship killed nearly 1,195 people, including 123 Americans. Name this British cruise liner that was torpedoed and sunk by a German U-boat in 1950. Team Streisel.
Lusitania.
The Lusitania is correct. Question number 30. This chess move was added to European chess in the 14th or 15th century and is known in chess notation by 0-0. Team Hargrove.
Castling.
Castling is correct. And so, through 30 questions, the score is currently Hargrove 22, Streisel 7. Question number 31. This British royal famously told her attempted kidnapper that it was Team Hargrove.
And Princess Royal.
Anne is correct, yes. Question number 32. This web-based game was designed after its creator and his partner became interested in Team Hargrove.
Wordle.
Wordle is correct. Question number 33. An alumnus of Fiorello H. LaGuardia High School of Music and Arts and Performing Arts, this actor is bilingual in both English and French. After making his television debut in 2009 in an episode of Law & Order, he has since appeared in Interstellar and Lady Bird. Name this actor. Team Hargrove.
Chalamet.
Chalamet is correct. Question number 34. Originally dedicated by President Eisenhower in 1954, JFK issued a proclamation that the American flag at this memorial must be flown 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Modeled after the iconic photograph taken by the Associated Press photographer Joe Rosenthal during World War II, the memorial, Team Hargrove.
Iwo Jima Memorial.
The Iwo Jima Memorial is correct. Question number 35. This scientific device was named after the German physicist who invented it in 1908. The detector was the first of its time to detect individual alpha particles, and later versions of this Team Hargrove.
Geiger counter.
The Geiger counter is correct.
Nice.
Question number 36. The New York Mets once hired this athlete as a spring training running instructor. Team Hargrove.
Tim Tebow.
That is incorrect. The New York Mets once hired this athlete as a spring training running instructor to improve the player's base running speed. Before the Olympics, he was a nationally recognized sprinter in high school and also broke 3 world records during his athletic career at Ohio State University. Known as the Buckeye Bullet, this athlete's record for the long jump in 1935 stood for over 25 years. Name this African-American athlete whose performance at the 1936 Berlin Olympics famously defied Nazi propaganda about Aryan superiority. You are unable to buzz in again, is that correct? Okay, because the answer was already incorrect. So, Team Streisel.
Which one am I? Oh,
Yes.
Jesse Owens.
Jesse Owens is correct. Question number 37. The gap version of Oken's law states that for every 1% increase in this quantity, Team Hargrove.
Unemployment.
Unemployment is correct. Question number 38. After getting a blue Yeti microphone from her father in 2015, this artist began writing and releasing music to SoundCloud under the moniker Lydia X. Years later, however, this singer coined her current stage name after attempting to identify herself in a crowd to a friend via text. In one of her songs, this artist sings, "Dig deep, can't hide, from the corners of my mind, I'm terrified of what's inside." This bedroom pop singer-songwriter named Marie Ringheim debuted with her 2018 single "I Want to Be Your Girlfriend." Name this Norwegian indie singer who's Team Streisel.
Girl in Red?
Girl in Red is correct. Question number 39. Nicknamed the Gathering Place, this island's population reached 1 million people last year. The third largest of the Hawaiian Islands, this island attracts world-class surfers. Team Hargrove.
Oahu?
Oahu is correct. Question number 40. This comic strip was introduced in 1985 and ran for an entire decade in newspapers until 1995. In one of these comics, the titular character is called by Baloney Brain by his neighbor Susie Durkins. Before being knocked over, Team Hargrove.
Calvin and Hobbes?
Calvin and Hobbes is correct. After 40 questions, the score is currently Hargrove 30, Streisel 9. Question number 41. This famous scientist studied cosmology as well as physics, for which he earned a PhD. He made great discoveries in the field of cosmology and in 1971 developed the black hole area theorem. He was appointed to be the 17th holder of the Lucasian Chair of Natural Philosophy, a post once held by Sir Isaac Newton. Team Hargrove.
Hawking.
Hawking is correct. Question number 42. Home to the Chaga people, this mountain is known for Gilman's Point, a common stopping point in the trail towards Uhuru Point. Team Hargrove.
Kilimanjaro.
Kilimanjaro is correct. Question number 43. The Green Tau Theorem states that arbitrarily long arithmetic sequences can be found in the sequence containing these numbers. If you multiply two of the values and find the Euler-Tauschen function of this product, you can create public and private keys symbolized D and E. The unique factorization theorems, Team Hargrove.
Prime?
Yes, prime numbers is correct. Question number 44. This value is found in the denominator of the competitive Lotka-Volterra equation and was the first. Team Hargrove.
Carrying capacity.
Carrying capacity is correct. Question number 45. The author of this series designed the main protagonist in hopes of creating a bright main character who would stand out in his dark narrative. In this series, the main protagonist seeks vengeance against the show's titular enemies, notably the 12 Kazuki and their leader, Muzan Kibusuji. After being adapted into a television series, this series released a sequel movie in 2020, which became the highest grossing film worldwide for that year. Team Streisel.
Demon Slayer?
Demon Slayer is correct. Question number 46. Although originally slated to take place in Wallkill, New York, this event ended up being held on a dairy farm in Bethel, New York. Team Hargrove.
Woodstock?
Woodstock is correct. Question number 47. One theory of the origin of this game suggests that it was created among shepherds hitting a stone with their crooks, and at the same time, Team Hargrove.
Curling?
Curling is incorrect. I will pick up where I left off. One theory of the origin of this game suggests it was created among shepherds hitting a stone with their crooks and, at the same time, defending a gate into the sheepfold. This game's most recent World Cup between England and New Zealand was tied at the end until both a super over and boundary countback rule ruled England's team victorious. Name this bat and ball game, which originated in 16th century England and spread to many countries by the British Empire through colonization. Team Streisel.
Cricket.
Cricket is correct. Question number 48. Born in New Orleans, this woman attended law school at the University of Notre Dame, where she, Team Hargrove.
Amy Coney Barrett.
That is correct. Question number 49. This metaphor was first introduced in the book titled The Theory of Moral Sentiments. However, was only used, Team Hargrove.
Invisible hand.
The invisible hand is correct. And question number 50. In this novel, it is said that the law is to kill or be killed, eat or be eaten. The 1903 novel is set in Yukon, Canada. Team Hargrove.
Call of the Wild.
Call of the Wild is correct. And at the end of all 50 of our questions, we have a final score of Hargrove 38, Streisel 11. Congratulations, Team Hargrove. Congrats on all your work throughout this year. Streisel, congratulations on an incredible performance throughout this tournament this year as well. Once again, Team Hargrove has now won a pizza party for their entire SRT. So congratulations, not just to the competitors here of Team Hargrove, but to the entire SRT. Once again, I want to give a huge thanks to CHTV. Thank you so much for kindly hosting us here in your studio and all the work that you put into this. To the Senate, thank you for all the work, Senate, that you put into making the brain game such a fun couple of weeks throughout the early spring years. Thank you especially to the audience. Thank you for tuning in every time. Thank you for your participation in the tournament throughout the past weeks. Thank you to Ms. Fouts. She is currently actually watching my SRT, so thank you to Ms. Fouts. I appreciate that. Thank you for all the work you do to Senate. Dylan Boyer, thank you so much for all the work you put into this. We appreciate it. You've done an incredible job, and I think that echoes the thanks of both these teams sitting here and all the teams around. And again, thank you to all the teams who have participated. We can't wait to see you next year for the 2023 Intramural Brain Game Championships. My name is Connor Bradley, signing off. Have a great day, Carmel.